Hello, and welcome back to the 100 game analysis of Downfall's Guardian. Last time, we won our tiny bowler hat boss swap, which allowed us to be extremely picky with our card wars in the early game. Carried us a lot through Act 1. We were able to take Giga Beam, prepare Crush as well early. Ancient Power did a bunch of stuff. And we were able to take an Act 3 Busted Crown as well. Overall, another very strong run. I get the feeling, and it gave me the feeling that Tiny Bowler Hat's going to be a very powerful boss swap in the future as well. So now we go on to today's run, number 5. What have we got today? Another Aquamarine, okay. We'll get one of the other 2 gems eventually, I swear. Silent 1, okay. Silent 1's big thing is poison, which is damage every round. So kind of similar to Watcher in the fact that it's a lot of consistent damage that you have to block every turn. Also, card manipulation is helpful because of the antidote card that you get at the beginning of the fight, which removes all poison from yourself. So a couple things to look out for this boss would be just some extra block and card manipulation. Got a couple 3 elite routes. This one would have the campfire first into 3 elites straight. Bit risky. This one is elite into campfire, into shop into elites. That looks pretty good actually. The shop is another great way to power up before elites. So with any luck, this path should not be too deadly. And the early path isn't that bad either, going through another shop if I choose, or through just 3 fights if I don't want to spend gold that early. Other choices would be 3 campfire 2 elite paths. On the right side, we've got these 2 campfires or these 2 campfires, and then these 2 elites or these 2 elites. And they both start with campfires up here. Overall it doesn't seem like the pathing will be too difficult. It'll just be a choice between the more risky route or the more safe route. And perhaps even getting the green key here as a consideration for Act Boss and Act 2. First things first, let's get our start of run bonus. Random rare card, Niao's Lament essentially. 18 damage for choosing a rare card or boss swap. Excuse me. Generally thinking about this boss swap as usual. So we gotta figure out if that is actually the best choice here. I'm not sure about Guardian's rare pool. A couple things to keep in mind would be the gems. That would be the Citrine and the Onyx. The Citrine gives an energy, and the Onyx reduces debuffs by 1. Overall, very good gems. But maybe not one I want to see in a rare card reward at the beginning of the run. Random rare card might be okay. You know what? If I go back to the main menu to see all the rare cards, it will remove my gem. I could give it back with the console, but it might be a little more hassle than I want. I'm thinking I'm just going to keep staying with what I know. And boss swapping. Idol of Retromation, one of the many relics in Downfall that references a YouTuber or streamer that has played Downfall. At the start of your turn, reduce the cost of the most expensive card in your hand by 1 for this turn. So it's kind of like an energy boss relic, but it also has issues with consistency. Uh, Not only do you not get to choose which card gets discounted whenever you have one cost in your hand, but depending on what kind of more expensive cards you're offered, you might have to be careful. For instance, cards that you might not want to play, um, or that you don't want to discount. Shield Charger getting discounted helps it get in play, but also reduces the amount of time it's in stasis for one turn, which can be hurtful. Likewise, Giga Beam is a card that is somewhat situational, and it getting the discount because it's 3 energy would mean that it would be harder. You'd be without an energy relic on certain turns. So we're gonna have to be careful about that going down the Spire here. Although since we did get an energy relic, a riskier path is definitely a lot safer to take. Getting three card rewards before the first elite. Maybe 4 if I take that early shot, but I think I'm thinking about just doing this. The thing about this is I have a really weak bailout option if I take a bunch of damage. Like I've said before that taking 3 fights is a bit risky, because you might just not get the cards you need in order to beat something like Knob or Lagavulin or Sentries. I guess all the elites have their own kind of strengths that you really need to watch out for. Meanwhile, on this right side path, our bailout option still gets us 2 campfires and maybe a late elite. And the early shop doesn't eat from my later shop that I would be getting here with the other path I made. So I'm thinking maybe we try to convert our quote-unquote 4th energy into a green key this act, and then save future acts for better elite hunting. My greed definitely tells me to go this way, but my mind is definitely telling me that going to the right path for the sake of this series is a much better choice. Alright, first things first, let's sock it and upgrade Twin Slam. Let's go back to the map, let's fight the merchant. Fourth energy coming into play there, allowing me 6 more damage. We got Quartz. There's also Priming Shot. Quartz, of course, is the no-risk card to take as a gem, and later we can maybe sock it into something if the opportunity presents itself. However, Priming Shot is also here, and it braces 3, so if we somehow manage to get roll attack again, that's going to be really good for us. The only problem is that as an 8 damage card, it's a very small upgrade from strikes, and even less for Twin Slam. So in theory, yeah. So in theory, we could take the Quartz and then hope for something better from the shop we're about to head into, or just take the Priming Shot. I'm also just now realizing that I could have still started here, and then flexed right to still get that path. I think that was a mistake in pathing. I got a little confused there. Maybe I should be doing like a little bit of a warm-up round before I start these. These early mistakes are not particularly, they're not making me very happy. But you know, we'll keep moving. I don't really want to put it in Twin Slam, because technically we still only have 3 energy, so any extra cards we draw is, I'm only going to have like 1 energy for them unless this gets discounted. So this would have to go in something else, I think. I think I will go with this. Priming Shot does not feel like a strong enough card. And there's a roll attack on sale, okay. Well, it's still a good card even without the Priming Shot. We could buy a potion instead. Although, sometimes whenever it comes between the choice between potion and card, I usually like to think about whether or not I need the card. And honestly, roll attack isn't bad for the whole game. The brace 8 is still good. This will get discounted, so I'll pretty much have to play it when I draw it. But that should be fine, at least in this point of the game. If I buy that, I'm down to 58. Yeah, so I could buy that and a potion. I think that would be smart. Now it's just a question of which of these two it will be. Not a fan of the colorless. This is great for Knob and for Lagavulin. Blessing of the Forge would be the one to take if I'm afraid of sentries, though, because this does nothing against sentries. And honestly, Blessing of the Forge could still be good for the Knob or Lagavulin fight anyway. Getting upgraded cards is generally very good for that. So which one's better? Well, let's take a look at these real quick. Strikes upgrade to 9 damage. Roll attack upgrades to 20. A little bit low, I think, for a 2 cost, but sometimes it's just like that. Or maybe I'm just too used to Ironclad. He's got some crazy... most of his 2 cost attacks upgrade for 6 or more. So, upgrading for 4 is not particularly amazing. He's also got Carnage, which upgrades for 8 more. Also, this only affects 1 hand, meanwhile this affects multiple turns, which is essentially all hands. But considering that we just talked about strikes only doing 3 or more damage with either one, I don't think that this would be too much better than this. It would definitely help roll attack in Twin Slam, which would be 4 more damage and 6 more damage, so that's 10. It would be 10 more damage than this, but we would be giving up sentries. We'd be giving up the sentry fight. Our potion chance is also at 50%. I guess that means that we have like a 20% chance of getting no potions. And even then, if we got 1 potion, which I think is the highest chance, there's still a decent chance that we just don't get a good one. Alright, I think I'm going to take this just to be safe. We'll see what happens. Okay. By the way, Idol of Retribution is only reducing it for this turn, so it'll turn back to 1 as soon as we end our turn. It'd be nice if it stayed at 0 for the rest of the fight, but it does not. Bad draws. I hate Jawworm so much. Okay, we got Vent Steam, so we got our Vulnerable anyway if we want it. And I think we do. Charge up for Strength and Block. No, I think we take Vent Steam. Vent Steam can be good with our Ward. It does. It does cover one of its weaknesses, which is that it's a setup card. So if we need block, then we can draw and then use the Vulnerable the next turn. And of course, if we got a Citrine to put in it, then this would become a cantrip, which would be amazing. We don't have any shops coming up. We already discussed that, so we're skipping here. Maybe it wasn't the best idea to draw there, but well. Okay. By the way, if we had gotten a potion there, this would have definitely been the potion to drop. Liquid Bronze is not that good, except in like very specific fights, such as Birds or the Heart, one of which we will not be seeing this run. Okay, a couple things to keep in mind here. Reroute, generally pretty good. Reroute, if I reroute a discounted card with Idle, the discount will be taken into consideration, I believe. So I can reroute a zero cost, a card that was discounted to 0 and it would only go into stasis for 1 turn, which is pretty cool. Or I can reroute Roll Attack and it'll come out in 2 turns, which isn't too bad, especially for a card of that caliber. Piercing Hide braces for 3, which would be the counterpart to our priming shot. We get the 3 brace plus the 8, plus the 10 from Curl Up. Oops. That would put us into defensive. Also, we talked about how not Piercing Hide specifically, but how block cards would be really good against Silent 1. So heavily leaning towards that right now. We have good things to cover our damage with the Blessing and Augment Steam now. So I'm thinking that Piercing Hide is going to be our choice. Incinerate doesn't do much right now because we don't have much stasis. So we'd be relying on Draw Order. Do we socket our Quartz? Our next fight is the Elite. The Burning Elite specifically. And we would be going in with 15 cards right now. So I don't think we're going to be socketing. It's a little too early to socket anyway. I would only socket out of desperation, I guess. So upgrading here also means our Blessing of the Forge is a little bit less appealing. But at the same time, it's mostly meant for sentries, in case we get a bad fight there. So I'm thinking about upgrading Vent Steam, because on the turn where I draw Vent Steam, I'm likely not going to be using Forge Pot. But then again, if this is super sentries, I'm probably going to need both. I'm probably going to need a good upgrade for it anyways. That would be like Roll Attack for 4 more damage. Okay, I think I'm going to stick with Vent Steam. We will see if that is correct. 1 Dex already, amazing. Okay, we got Metallicized Knob, which is good. I think this is our hand to upgrade here. By the way, neither of those 2 upgrades gives us more brace, so we're still at 9 here off of that. These clogging up our discard is not the greatest, but we don't really have much of a choice. One, huh? Wonder if I could have gone to defensive somehow. Probably not. This is fine though. A little bit low on HP, but we got Rigo Pillow. So I'm guessing that we'll be fine to just rest once. Yeah. So Recover would be the card we take for Silent here, because of the aforementioned card that removes all poison. I think it's called Antidote. I might have said that earlier, I just forgot. The other 2 options don't seem great. We could do Tourmaline with the Twin Slam, but we're still looking for the Dex gem. So I'll be taking this. Still don't have a great excuse to put this in something. Technically, this is still a 15-card deck now that we can play the quartz. So I think we rest here. Get us back up to 61, which I think is like almost exactly where we were before Gremlin Knob. Maybe it was like 57. Okay. Oddly Smooth Stone already paying off. By the way, that forge pot that we bought definitely saved us some HP there, so that was also a great decision. Another roll attack is very interesting. Taking too many makes Idol of Retribution a little bit weird because if we find other 2-cost cards that we're going to want later, then they're going to be harder to discount. But at the same time, roll attack gives us even more brace. And we can afford it. I think if we were stuck on 3 energy, I think if we had any other boss relic that didn't actually give us energy, unlike Idol, which actually kind of does, I feel like we'd be in a much worse position to take the second roll attack. Taking a lot of 2-cost cards is very risky. If you've ever played Ironclad, you might have had a run where you've taken too many, and it came back to bite you because you wanted to play Bash and Carnage in the same turn, and you can't. We also have Planning as an option here. I think we could also socket it with Quartz if we wanted, which we could do immediately. That might be the safer option. You don't want to take too many common attacks early on. It ends up clogging your deck a bit. But then again, roll attack can be very strong. I think I am gonna take the planning though. I feel like this is better in terms of variety for the deck. The more ways that we have to win, the better. And planning giving us future turn benefit, as well as an ability to look for stasis synergies would be very helpful. And now we can socket our quartz and make our deck even more efficient. I like doing that for these cantrip type cards. Don't have any more campfires this act. We could recall. Oh yeah, someone the one person on the Discord that I've mentioned before also mentioned that Recover Plus has 4 brace. That was a thing from last episode about naming cards that had 4 brace because of a specific amount of brace that we were dealing with. So what are we looking at here? Planning upgrade gives us another socket. I don't think that's such a great upgrade, to be honest. Just putting gems in a cantrip just putting gems in a 0-cost card is a little bit weird unless it's exploit gems. Like, you can use it for setup, but even then it's a little bit underwhelming as an upgrade. At least that's in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong about that. We could make Recover a better block card. That seems like a decent idea. If we want to play this, then it makes it a lot better to do so. Because, otherwise it's like doing defend levels of block. We have 21, 24, this puts it at 25. Brace, which isn't, this isn't a big upgrade here. It'd be pretty much just the block. But I think going into Act 2, this is perfectly fine. I'm getting the feeling we're going to appreciate that upgrade. Alright, let's make some magic happen. That's perfect, actually. Because in 2 turns we'll want to wake it up. Okay, that's fine. Please don't redraw Twin Slam. Okay. We could recover roll attack. I'm not thinking that's a great idea though. Let's draw a card. And I guess we go into defensive for next turn. It's a little bit weird. We'll have a lot of extra block. But, you know, I guess with that draw, it's not particularly a bad thing. I guess it's really just a question of whether we play Curl Up or we try to recover one of these cards. I guess recovering Vent Steam is a good idea because we don't want to redraw it before Lagavulin runs out of Vulnerable. So let's put that in. Yeah, look at all this block we have. We're going to have 35 for next turn. It's like way too much. $43. Alright. Recover upgrade actually kind of coming in clutch there. I guess not really. I thought we had a little bit less energy than we actually did. That's fine. We win. 0 damage Lagavulin fight. Frozen Egg is amazing. I'm going to be getting rid of Liquid Bronze. No, Speed Potion's not great here. We have block cards, but the amount of damage that enemies are going to be doing to us is not that high. So, this is pretty much just going to overblock most of the time. I'd rather have this for Act 2, honestly. Well, now we get some interesting options here. Now that we have a way to pick cards to put into Stasis, aka Recover, and even stuff like Planning, this Orb Walk gets a lot more appealing, especially now that it's upgraded. 5 Strength is no joke. I wish that my trackpad would stop clicking the deck. I'm sure the flashing of the deck going back to the card reward is not fun to look at. There's also the early Repulsor that we could take as well, just for future stuff. But we don't really need it yet. I think that's actually a tough choice, though. Technically, Silent doesn't scale if you get the antidote back fast enough, or if you block enough, because you can remove the poison before it stacks too high. And she has like the one power card, Noxious Fumes, and that's it, which can be mitigated the exact same way. So technically, we don't really need scaling against her. It would just be helpful. Meanwhile, Repulsor for the late game is very. What am I trying to say here? Repulsor is kind of. It can be necessary if we end up fighting Hermit, and it'll be great for Act 4. In a few cases, like Act 3 with Nemesis, or Act 2 with Slavers, maybe even Book of Stabbing. There's also the fact that this is going to eat Idol of Retribution. Idol of Retribution is going to make it cost 1, but I'm not going to want to play it. I'm going to want to put it into Stasis. So I guess that might be a reason not to take it. Our last option is Multi-Beam, but with the amount of defense in the deck plus the Fire Potion, I don't think we need it. If I was offered an upgraded one, I probably would. But I think right now we're going to take Repulsor and hope that that's good enough. Yeah, I'm going to keep that for birds, just in case. Do I go for more fights? Have we seen a rare yet this act? I'm going to go for more fights, so that we can get our act rare. Okay. Yeah, let's get Defend back, why not? Right. That's fine. what I wanted to do anyways. Still need to block. Twin Slam costs 2, so that wouldn't be enough. Okay, this guy's not attacking us again, so... I guess I could have manipulated that a bit by playing other cards. It's fine, though. The cards that come out of Stasis will cost 0 the next time we see them, at least, so no big loss there. Okay. Fights do take a little bit longer. Although now we have an Incinerate offered to us, and Incinerate would allow us to take cards out of Stasis a lot faster. Now that we have support for it, it might be good to do that. I'm not sure, though. It would be another damage common. Don't really want that if I can avoid it. Fragmented Gem, not really feeling it. I think we can afford to skip since it's so early. We can find other ways to accelerate. Maybe we can find that one rare card that keeps showing up in the early game. Okay, you need to go. You need to die. Taking 10's not the greatest, but, you know. Certainly better than the alternative. Let's get rid of this guy, I guess. One strike will kill him next turn. Okay. Pizzazz Potion. Getting our potion back immediately is pretty cool. Don't need card draw, we don't need another Aquamarine. Actually, Aquamarine could be okay in roll attack. I like to do that, and I like to put Aquamarine in roll attack. Just to make sure I have block on that turn. It wouldn't be socketed for the silent fight, but I think that's okay. Block is usually perfectly fine to have an extra card for in that fight, so I'll take it. Alright, please drop a rare. I have been wanting a rare for a long time. Rare card, please. We got our rare card. Is it better than these two? I think so. The Ancient Power doesn't seem great. At least, not great enough. It's a good card. 3 energy makes it a little bit less appealing. I know that we technically have 4 energy, but this is one of those cases. If you're looking to make very specific card combos, you need consistency for that, and this doesn't have that. It can discount a card that's completely irrelevant to what you're trying to do. Like, for example, if I want to play this Ancient Power with Twin Slam, I could do it, because that costs only 3 energy. But if I wanted to do that with, like, 2 strikes and a defend, I'd have to rely on one of those cards being discounted. Which I guess isn't such a low chance. It's 4 out of the 5 cards I draw a turn. Okay, maybe it's not so bad. But I don't think it's great here either, and Compile Package is just a very strong card. But yeah, real quick before I talk about Compile Package. Choosing to go this path was seriously important compared to going this one. The more common cards you see in an act, the more your rare card chance will go up. Elites have a higher chance of dropping a rare card, which is why I'm surprised I didn't get any. Because also the shop counts as 1. So we had 3 chances with boosted rare chances to get a rare card, and then we didn't. And we didn't for several floors, and the fact that I took this extra fight to get my rare chances boosted up, this was the payout. This is one of the things that you need to take into consideration when you're pathing, because it's times like these where you can where a small decision can get you a huge bonus. And speaking of that huge bonus, oh look, we can do this turn 1. Alright, so this will be back in stasis for a couple turns from now. We're going to have a lot of poison. I think we're getting poison stab next turn as well. That's like 11, 10 poison? Yeah, 10 poison, because I already played this to get rid of Twisted Funnel. Anyway, compile package. Definitely a card I used to sleep on. I used to think that it was way too expensive to do anything useful. You might have seen in a previous episode, though, if you were around, that the card can do some very strong things, though. And yeah, I'm taking a little bit of damage here, it's fine. Alright, Bane. But it turns out that even with the energy problem that you're facing, these packages can give you either exactly what you need or just an insane amount of strength for later. So yeah, it's kind of... It's really hard to talk about because there's 7 different packages, and then you only get to choose from 3 of them. So you're not always going to get what you want, but having a 0-cost card that gives you the option of something strong is still very good. I'm going to be upgrading this at my next campfire, which will be at the start of next act, I guess. We could do Orb Walk. Let's see. We got 3 0-cost cards, 3 1-costs, and we got all 3 of these. So in order for Orb Walk to be good, we'd have to use Curl Up on it. I guess if it discounts, that's just Inflame, right? It's 1 strength. Sorry, it's 2 strength for 1 energy. Which is actually a card that, it's an amount of efficiency that I actually think is very strong. There's also Walker Claw and Incinerate, so it's even more offense, which can be harmful against Silent. This Sentry package would definitely be the safe option here. I think I am going to go with that. I think, although these are probably going to get exhausted in just a couple turns. I don't think we need this, so I'm going to just take this. If I can avoid putting more attacks into the deck, I'm going to do that. I can go into defensive this turn. I think I'm going to. Okay, I did a total of 0 damage. It's amazing. Yeah, we're gonna put this back. Because again, in 2 turns, the, what do you call it? In 2 turns, we're going to get the Bane attack again, so we want this on that exact turn since they have Noxious Fumes. I think here I'm going to do 2 Sentry Waves, so we get 2 attacks into stasis. She'll be vulnerable next turn, and we won't be weak anymore, so I think that's how we want to do things. Yeah, next turn after we get 10 more poison, 12 more poison applied to us. Fun times. It's in our draw pile. 2 strikes with planning. I think we're gonna want to just keep Sentry Blast in there. Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Oh, and in fact, I'm just gonna put those in there and then do this. Just draw one of them right now. I have 2 poison? Okay. By the way, with Silent, you only have to worry about the poison that's on you. The poison that she applies to you only works next turn. That's important to keep in mind. So that's twice now that we've deactivated the Bane. I'd say we're doing pretty good in that area. 11 damage incoming. This oddly smooth stun is doing so much work. Yeah, we didn't need the defensive mode for that. Where is my vent steam? That is the question. It doesn't look like she can weaken us anymore. It's all just the beginning of the fight. I could put Antidote into Stasis again. I think I'm going to do that. Because I think this is the cycle. It's 3 turns. It's these 2, and then it's the double Deadly Poison turn, and then it's Bane. So, keeping this in the same cycle all the time is a good idea. I think putting stuff into Stasis is a bad idea, because we have Vent's team roll attack, and we want this as soon as possible. So I'm just going to do this, just like last time, and then just draw 1 card. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's get some more vulnerable on her. Might as well play everything if you can. 17 poison's got nothing on me. It's just not an issue. But look, I can recover it again. Maybe this time we do planning first. 2 turns. Okay, 2 turns of vulnerable. Sometimes these hero debuffs you can't see because they're behind the cards. I guess if I were to do this though, it would move it slightly. Yeah, now you can see there's a 2. How do you do this? Definitely want to play all 6 of these. Maybe we just don't play planning? That makes sense, actually. I don't want to draw a roll attack. That would cost 2. And I'd only be doing, like, what, 4 more damage than this? 6 more? It's significant, but not. I'd rather have it for a future turn where I can get the full benefit. So, yeah, we're just going to play these normally. And I'm going to put a strike in. Alright, here we go. And she'll be dead before her next Bane turn. That was a mistake, I should have played Defend. Whatever. 1 damage is fine. Alright, easy fight. Okay, this is slightly interesting. I think Block Potion is better than Pizzazz here. Just because we don't have a multi-attack. The one way we would be able to have a multi-attack is from Compile Package. I think that Orb Walker is the only one that has it. I guess we can go through them real quick. Defect has the Stasis up, that has like 1 attack. We have Sentries, which is also separate attacks. Automaton rather, has single attacks that don't scale with Vigor. We got the Shapes, those are like no attacks. Spirit Guardian has... I guess Spirit Guardian has, floating orbs, which are 2x attacks. We have Orb Walker, which we already discussed. And Donu Deka, which also doesn't have a multi-attack. So yeah, we have like the one way. I think that in turn, like for this, if you want to go into Act 2 with this potion, you need some kind of very big multi-hit, so that you can kill something quickly, especially if it's up against Block Potion. Let's see here. Giga Beam's back. Stasis Field with this much stasis manipulation already is kind of bad. Or maybe it's not. Well, we don't have future plans, which I just thought of. Future plans, I could make it so that when Stasis Field comes out of stasis, we can immediately put it back in. Because it gives us block when it leaves stasis, so that would be a way to like manipulate the cycle, if we wanted to do that. I'll have to keep that in mind for a future episode. Exploit gems. If I hadn't taken the planning, I could have put the quartz in that, and there would be a 0-cost draw 2 that doesn't exhaust. So that could have been cool, but I still think the planning was the right play. Giga Beam is just so strong, but it does have the Idol of Retromation problem that we discussed earlier, where if you don't want to play Giga Beam, then you're just losing out on an energy for the turn. And there is a chance that we just don't get energy relics from this boss chest. It would kind of suck with Compile Package, but, you know, it's just going to be like that sometimes. I think there will be plenty of times where we're So there's another thing, right? I want to upgrade compile package. So this would be vying for an upgrade as well, because Giga Beam with any strength gain, you want to upgrade that card. You also want to use it as a finisher, so getting the few more damage points so you can kill stuff like slavers without having to go into the stun turn is important. Is Stasis Field actually good here? It's a lot more block. But we did just take an Aquamarine as well. Alright, I think I'm going to just take the cantrip. And we're going to see if that's good enough. Okay, we got two energy options here. So there's the age-old question of whether or not Philo Stone is worth taking because we have more defense, or if we don't want to take it because we want our defense to be enough. Philo Stone, since we already have oddly smooth stone, is very interesting. Because we're also going to get the green key for a second dex, which makes all of our block cards even that more powerful. You know, with that, I might actually consider just putting another Aquamarine into Twin Slam, because we already have a 2 dexterity benefit from it, so we might not need the emerald or the dex gem for it anymore. But that's just a theory, you know. And then there's Runic Dome, which makes our turns harder to plan out. I think with this much stasis manipulation and the brace that we have going on, we want as much control over the enemies as we can get. And I think that we can handle Philo Stone, so I don't think we want to take Runic Dome here. And Tiny House, like, just does not feel strong enough here. We're gonna go Philo Stone. I think I'm getting faster at Act 1. It's a little hard to tell, though. There's a 4 elite path down the middle right. There's a bailout option to the left for an extra campfire. Okay. That seems legit. What about this left path here? 2 campfires, 1 elite. No, 2 campfires, 2 elites. And a shop. Late shop is compelling, but we have early shops. Didn't realize that. Yeah, I feel like we're going to start here, go to the shop, and then see whether we want one of these two. Yeah, then we're going to try and go for the 4 elite path if we can. Okay. Not that difficult a decision. I would actually like to break this key, though. Let's put this in roll attack first. I did just discuss putting it in Twin Slam, and there's an argument for that since I would be getting double value from it. But putting it in an extra card would mean more consistency. And there's not really many cards that I would want to socket in a roll attack in the first place. So I'm gonna just do that. Now it's a question of, do I spend 100 gold here, or do I upgrade and leave without the key? I think with the upcoming campfires here and here, I'll have enough gold regardless of how much I spend at the shop. So I think we just wait for later. Upgrade now. Get the compile package in play. Not that we had to choose between the two. I just didn't want to spend the gold now. So, heading into Act 2, I can see that we have a little bit more defensive deck than usual. Which means that it's going to be a little bit harder to kill the Merchant. Oh right, Philo Stone. Oh, that's fun. Okay, I'm willing to lose 5 HP here. It's not a big deal. I'm going to bring back Twin Slam because it does the most damage. If I hadn't drawn a Defend there, I'd probably just pop the Block Potion. Blocking for 11 is more than enough, especially with 40% potion chance. Alright, compile package, what you got? 4 blocker? It's pretty good. Oh, Ancients, though, for the Ancient Power. And also the card draw? Very compelling. We have 4 energy. I probably should have played Exploit Gems first, just to see what we drew. Oh, well, it's roll attack. That's the only card in a draw pile. So Orb Walk, if I played that immediately, it would be it would just be 2 strength. Then Walker Claw would be 28 damage. How much does the strike cost 1? So if I were to do Ancient Power Overload, I'd have 2 energy left for whatever I wanted to do here. I would definitely like this on the turn where I got Twin Slam back. Doesn't look like I'd be able to, though. Okay, I think we are going to take this. We don't have any empty stasis slots, we can't curl up or block. So I'm just going to do this. I chose not to draw there because we have roll attack coming in. It's going to be a lot of damage, actually. Maybe we'll be fine on killing the merchant later. Yeah, we did over 100 here. It used to be 370, I think. 360? 360. We did 107. Okay. Not bad. That gives me a lot of confidence we'll be able to kill later. Compile package is pretty decent at doing damage. We have Time Bomb here. We don't have any way to accelerate, so I feel like that's a bit less good. We already have 3 full stasis slots. In fact, even 4 if you count Curl Up with the Recover and the Planning, so that's going to be a little hard to take another one. Unless I was to cut, like, Curl Up or something. But the Brace is still good. Temporal Shield is a possibility. It's kind of like a shrug it off at this point. Like, we already have enough stasis that most of the time it's going to be working just like that. But considering we already have these 2, plus wards, I think we just skip. And we see what the shop has to offer us. Maybe a good shop relic? Donu's Washers? Nah, not good enough. Atama Beam, though? Atama Beam? I've been noticing, like, I already knew that, like, boss cards were pretty strong. But since the beginning of the series, I think every run has had a boss card, at least one, and they've all been insane. I'm wondering if they should be nerfed, honestly, because I'm feeling a little weird about taking one of these cards every single time we have one of these games. I guess we'll have to see if that pans out that way in the future. Not really feeling any of these. Floating Orbs would be free with Toxic Egg. But I don't have any strength gain, unless I get some from Compile Package, which isn't guaranteed. I could take this for damage. I think this is just going to be a good investment for Act 2, so I'm going to take it. Killing an AoE, well, killing with AoE is very strong. I think we remove... Might still be a strike. Yeah, I think with Compile Package we still remove a strike. We want to be able to defend. We need to be able to stall until we get our good combos in for good cards. Strike doesn't do that. Now it's a question of, do we take a fight or an event? What events would we want? I guess there's a lot of good ones in Downfall, huh? There are some of these fights later. I guess if we take events, then that means that the Liquid Bronze isn't probably going to get used. I saved it for birds specifically, because Act 2 really... Because that fight really hurts with Act 2, especially with Philostone, actually. Maybe that's enough reason to skip the fight. If I get Philostone birds, I could be taking 36 on turn 1. Alright, I've convinced myself. Let's go. Let's go to the library. What have we got? We got a few gems. We got an Aquamarine, Emerald, Garnet. I'm not really feeling the Garnet since we have the upgraded Vent Steam. The Emerald was the thing before, but I think Aquamarine is better now. We got Spiker Protocol. Got Shield Charger. Shield Charger is not as great with Idol, so I think we'll skip that. Don't need another roll attack. We don't need Polybeam. Not feeling any of these either. Or these. Or those. Wow. Kind of an underwhelming library, to be honest. What do you do here? You could just say I need more AoE and just take multi-beam. Or we could just save the Aquamarine. Next campfire's not for a while, but maybe that's okay. We have potions. Taking an unupgraded multi-beam, you kind of have to upgrade it in order for it to be good. It's kind of weird as a card, honestly. Like, this card is like unupgraded Whirlwind, which is already kind of it's like okay for Act 1, but you really do need to upgrade it for it to stay relevant. And this is the same. Like, not even the scaling is good. Increasing the card's damage by 1 is very underwhelming on this card. You really do have to upgrade this to 2. I'm not sure if I can right-click these to show you the upgrade, but it would be deal 7 damage to all enemies X times, and then increase the damage by 2. I'm going to stick with the Aquamarine. That's what's sticking out to me. And we're going to keep going to events. Lose HP to gain money. Oh, by the way, the unused curse in the base game, Pride, is back. That's the beta art, by the way. The real art is like a trophy shrouded in like ribbons and has a star at the top. Very flashy, as you would expect Pride to be. At the end of your turn, put a copy of this card on top of your draw pile and exhaust. So if you don't play it, right, like other curses, or I guess like other bad effects, they would happen at the end of the turn, like burn or decay, regret. So if you do play it, then you don't have to care about future turns being bad. But that is a lot of investment for a single relic. This is even worse than Writhe somehow. It's innate, and if you don't want it to affect your next turn, you have to play it for an energy. It sucks. Okay, so this would take us down to 43 HP. Technically we have 53 because of Block Potion. So is it worth it to get more gold for later? The amount of defense we have, it might be. And like I said, we have Block Potion, that helps out quite a bit. Although, if we do get slapped, we're going to have to go to the alternate route to take one more campfire. Maybe that's not that bad, though. Like, trading an elite for a campfire is not terrible. And it might be worth the risk of... the risk of that might be worth getting this gold. So I'm going to do it. And I guess we're going left. Okay, we got Avocado. 15, so we'd be taking 7 here. No, we'd be taking 3. Okay. And we're going to set up a big damage turn here. Oh, we're not taking any because I'm in defensive already. Apparently those 3 cards add up to 22 brace, so we're good. We'd like to be able to get rid of the plated armor some more, so I'm going to just play all these. We're going to brace a little bit more too, why not? Alright, one more turn and we can get the kill. I'm pretty sure. 8 times 2 is not particularly appealing. Wow, those are like our worst 2 hits. Ooh, okay. 4 and 3 is 7. And he's attacking for 16, so we'd be taking 9. I think that's worth 50% potion chance. So I'm going to do it. Ooh, do we get Giga Beam here? Yeah, let's go. Kapuya. Didn't need all that damage, but we had it. Sapphire. Interesting. Not a gem I'm usually a fan of, but we do have a Piercing Hide we could put it in. Brace 6 instead. I still don't think that does anything for us. I'd rather find a Tourmaline to put in there, I think. Overload plus with a technical 5 energy. It's not bad. I did just realize that we have a Tama Beam, which is also going to eat Idol, but I'm actually okay with that. Downside is not nearly as bad as Giga Beam, and it does 26 damage for 1 energy. It's pretty insane. I am going to take this. The upgraded version of that card is a lot better. Alright, scary fight. I think we'll be okay, though. I think we'll be very okay. We have to play that, so I'm going to take a little bit of damage to do so. I don't know if I had to do Twin Slam, but I think doing the damage is better than not. Maybe it wasn't. Okay, we did miss the Giga Beam, though, so... I didn't look at those too hard. I think this is still correct. I really don't want to be vulnerable, but I can't avoid it. Does this do more damage than this? I don't think so. It does brace 14, though. I don't think it's enough. Yeah, I'm gonna just, just do that. We should be fine next turn as long as we kill the Red Slaver. Oh, maybe we'll be fine without. Yeah, we're perfectly fine. Okay, maybe I could have saved some more HP on the first turn. Okay, there's the Tourmaline I was just talking about. We are almost forced into another elite. But we did just get the hardest one. At least in theory, that was the hardest one. Yeah, there's so much burst damage, we scale well. Not really feeling either of the other ones. Do I risk the Tourmaline? Yes. Let's see what we get here. I had a feeling, so for some reason, that Meat on the Bone was coming. I would be like, imagine that we got like the one healing relic that would do an insane amount for us, and we got it. Our first fight here was, what was it? It was Avocado? Okay. So we still have, a chance of hitting birds if we go left. So I think it might actually be safer to go here, surprisingly. Okay, this is going to be our Liquid Bronze. Ooh, can I get, Spirit Guardian, please? Oof, no Spirit Guardian. We did get Sentry, though. I think the other two were way too offensive. We need to just keep him weak. Hit. Whatever. Let's get some more Thorns here, even though it does nothing. Okay, we have 3 empty stasis slots, so we're just gonna do that. Yeah, take 2 damage. Maybe find something that braces here. Maybe not. Okay. I don't have any way to block yet, because I didn't draw any brace. So I can't play Automa Beam, which sucks. I do need to keep it weak for another turn after this, so I'm going to do this. Oh, and that will put me into stasis in case I brick again? I can't, I don't think. 7 Thorns is pretty good, though. Okay, there's Automa Beam again. Cool. Get more Thorns. Going to defensive. And this should be 4 each because of dexterity. So that's 22, 26. That should be enough. Okay, I think we win. Yeah, this kills. Easy fight. Surprisingly. Oh, and we heal there? And we get Bubble Burst for later. Or Time Capacitor? Time Capacitor could be better. We already have an exploit gems. We have a bunch of empty gem slots. I really wouldn't want to take more gems to put into this. Like, this is a really strong card, but it requires investment, and I don't really have that investment ready. I guess I could put an Aquamarine into it, but that's kind of already what Twin Slam is doing anyway, so I'd have to wait for later. Like, Aquamarine, like I said, would be really good with the Smooth Stone and the Green Key. Oh, and it also takes up Idol of Retrimation's discount. You know what, why don't we take Time Capacitor and go even more into Stasis? Huh. With this, maybe we can go right? If we hit Slavers again, we might be in trouble. I would definitely want to socket here. Meat on the Bone does keep us alive. In theory, anyway. 30 HP to spend. We've already used our potions. We have Ooze Infused Drink, which is a rare for some reason, but I'm not sold on it. Giga Beam could solve all our problems if we draw it with Atomic Beam. Or even the turn after. How much do they hit for in turn 1? 34, 37? So I would need to, like... I need to brick pretty bad. Like, even with Ooze Infused Drink, I need to brick pretty bad in order to lose there. But there's still a chance. I need to draw, like, strikes and roll attack. And, like... Or even just, like, one defend on that turn would not be enough. Piercing Hide would, because I have one dex. I don't know, it just doesn't seem very likely. I'm gonna take it. We're gonna see if this event does something too. Gives me a blue key. Okay, we got Slavers again. Oh, we have Bag of Prep now. Okay, that helps a lot. Oh, and we can go into defensive super quick too. Displaces for 14, and then we take 5, so we're like 1 short. So that would mean we'd have to take another hit. But it does mean that we can go into defensive. I think if we play to defend, that'd block for enough so that the Taskmaster could put us into defensive mode. Let's see here. How much energy? We're playing this, so that's 1. We're playing this, it's 2. That means we have 2 energy left, and I want to play Venge Steam, it's 3. And it would be either Time Capacitor or Strike. Okay, let's do this first, and this. Maybe it's Time Capacitor anyway? No, you know what? I think we're going to try and kill fast with Atomic Beam, Compile Package, Roll Attack, and all that. So I'm going to do a little bit more damage here. We're going to recover first because I don't want Curl Up to hit it. Planning again, I guess? No, we don't want planning. Vent Steam. And Curl Up. Okay. 15, we take 7, go into defensive, and then we block another 10. So... yeah, we take 13 this turn? That's not bad. We heal most of that up as long as we survive. Yeah. Okay. Giga Beam, please. That'll do it. Yeah, we'll actually do it. Amazing. It's exactly like I said. Blank card? Okay, so we don't actually have Giga Beam, so that might actually be a good card to get. Last time, our last episode, we also had Blank card with Giga Beam, but one of the other dangers was Curl Up and accidentally, I guess randomly putting one of our good cards on turn 1 into Stasis. Although, with Bag of Prep, it doesn't hurt as much. I think we have, like, almost exclusively good hits. So I will be taking this. Not a fan of any of these. We do have a lot of block cards, so Basic Protocol could be interesting in defensive mode. The thing is that it's just adding defense on defense on defense, and we already have defense. Ironclad, so we don't have Watcher to worry about yet. This does remind me, though, that the fact that we took this early repulsor still hasn't killed us, so that's really good. By the way, how did we heal to 30? I thought we were taking... No, we weren't taking 13. We were taking 5 plus 7. That's 12. Math is hard. We can take another recover now that we have time capacitor plus. It would rely on us kind of drawing it, though, you know. Do we have any real reason to take recover here? Like, are there any really strong cards that we want to play again? Not really. We just kind of took this one for the Act 1 boss. And now it's just kind of using... Now we're just kind of using it for a couple other things. Incinerate could be interesting, but we have time capacitor, so again, we don't really want to accelerate. We want to use all the slots we can get. So I think this is a skip. Okay. Even though we were at the store just, what, a few floors ago, like 17, 18, 19, so 9 floors ago, we have over 200 gold, which means that we can break both of these. First things first, though, let's put this into Piercing Hide, or even more thorns. Let's put this into Twin Slam. Still finding out, we're going to still find something for Vent Steam later. And then I think we definitely break this key. We're going to break this key too, just for safety. And then we upgrade something else. Probably a Tama Beam. Although I could just recall now. That is also an option. Recalling means I don't have to path too aggressively for campfires in Act 3. I think this is strong enough right now that we can just say we don't need an upgrade. So I'm going to do this. And I guess that saves an upgrade for later if we find a better card. Time capacitor. Okay, not the best thing to hit. And it looks like we did end up fighting birds. And we don't have our liquid bronze potion. But you know what we do have? 6 thorns, which kills this. These 2 buffing is scary though. 26, that does 13 each. It's acceptable. I'm willing to take a little bit of damage just so that this guy... Oh wait, no, I'm not even taking the damage because he dies before the rest of his hits land. We could use it using Ooze and Foozed. I'm going to come up with a nickname for this so I don't have to say that anymore. Yeah, we'll drink that next turn in case it gives us something good. We could get a Tourmaline, after all. Gems are fair game for that potion on Guardian. Giga Beam? Giga Beam. No potion needed. We just survived. Thank goodness they didn't attack all on turn 1. Right? Okay, so what do we got here? We've either got Book of Stabbing again, or we've got Gremlin Leader. I guess we could be afraid of Fat Gremlin a little bit, but I think that removes the weaken and not the frail. Maybe that's still worth it. Is Fear Potion worth it with Vent Steam? I'm gonna say no. Another Overload, huh? Another Planning? Another Planning isn't terrible. With Time Capacitor especially, it gets a lot better. If we got another Quartz for it, that'd be great. Then, like, even if our stasis slots are full, it just draws one. But I guess it is kind of useless sometimes, even if that happens. Charge Core, so I'm still not feeling too much. Like, the fact that it's an attack, like, drawing extra is cool and all, but when it's an attack, it's not so great. Good in the early game, not so much now. Not unless I really needed damage, which I still don't. We're doing just fine with our burst here, and if we need it, Compile Package can give us scaling. Maybe I should keep an eye out for scaling. Like, we have Fine Burst, which is what this is good for. But we do need a little bit more damage scaling. Just in case we brick on Compile Package. I guess we could do a Thorns build. That would be a way to scale up. We do sort of have the foundation for that. Something's not feeling right about that planning. Not feeling quite right. I'm still gonna take it though, just because like my brain is telling me it can still be good. So if that's, oh my, running out of hand space here. Okay, I guess I know what I'm using all of my energy on this turn. Or maybe I don't. This is 7. 7 damage. I already have 19 block. Which means I can put Vent Steam on him. Yeah, this is fine. This is perfectly fine. Kill both of them with Thorns. Not something you see every day with 2 sneakies, especially. Ooh, a Tama Beam. Hey, look, that second planning just came in clutch. You know what? I think I keep this. Maybe. It summons now, and then the next turn is probably gonna buff. And then it'll attack after that because both of the gremlins are still alive. Unless, like, compile package gives me something. I guess it's still a way out in case I brick. So I'll do it. Definitely not the worst thing in the world. Hey look, Piercing Eye's back. Ooh, Spheric? That's perfect for what I'm planning here. I'll be in defensive mode for next turn and have plenty of block for Gremlin Leader's big attack. I think it'll be like 17 times 3 is 51. This will give us more than enough. Gives us 20 plus 10 from defensive is 30. We have other block cards in hand. Well, I'll get floating orbs to finish off anything else. Yeah, this feels fine. Oh, and we can get more thorns? Sign me up. Oh, I'm one short. I'm one short on Sneaky. That's too bad. Oh, we went into defensive a second time, so we got another 10. I think. Maybe? Yeah, I think we did. But this does mean that a Tama Beam is going to be perfectly fine for next turn, I think. I'm going to do 26. That'll be enough for this with the block. If we do 6 here... How much does Gremlin Leader block for? I forget. Is it like 9 or something? I guess we could find out. Or we could just block for 10 more since Sneaky's attacking for 10. Sorry, 11. We go down to 40 and then next turn we go up to 50. It's 51, like I said. Right? 17 times 3. Yeah, we'll be fine. I'm going to do this on Wizard. Yeah, you charge up, boy. Yeah, 17 times 3 was correct. It was 10 block. Goodbye. We played this because I want Vent Steam. Also, that gets rid of my de-energize, which is a synergy. That's cool. I guess we do this now. We do this again. We do have a decent number of cards coming out next turn. But I kind of want these cards for next turn. Okay, let's just put more stuff in stasis. Yeah, look at this. Beautiful array. So far, we have not bricked on our plannings yet. It's sure to happen eventually. Like, we'll get both on turn 1 or something. But, not yet. Oh, and we're back in defensive for another turn? Amazing. Look at all this block. Like, these are 5 each. Put exploit gems in so it comes out next turn and we get an extra draw. I think that actually counts as 2 draw because we're not drawing it, and we get to draw 1. That is so many cards. Alright, easy fight. Thread and Needle's amazing. Orb Support. Interesting card with the 7-card turn 1. Just immediately put something into stasis. But again, I think we might have enough stasis already. Like, this just replaces itself. It just makes sure that we have a better turn later. Which has merit with the 7-card draw, like I said. But with so much stasis already in the deck, I think we want to just not risk that this makes our other stasis cards useless. Crystal Ray. We have 2, 3, 4, 5 gems so far that would be doing 20 damage for 2 energy. For 1 energy, I guess, with Idol. That's not good enough yet. I guess it's 30 with Vulnerable. I feel like with a lot more gems it'd be a lot better. Alright, blank card giving us a defend. Piercing Hide getting the discount. That's a lot better. If we recover Piercing Hide, it comes out in 2 turns, which Snakebite has a chance of attacking on, it's just not high. Let's play the other cards first. Just so much block, my gosh. Could do Twin Slam. Twin Slam would be perfectly fine as well. It would block for 12 with the Frail. So block for 5. But I guess we could be in defensive by then. This does 21 damage if it's attacking. This does, I guess, 10 if it's attacking, because it will have debuffed us. But otherwise this does 14 and this does 0. Wow. We actually don't have very much defense coming up, do we? I'll put Piercing Hide in. Now maybe that was wrong, because if we need the defense then, oh well. It didn't attack. Oh well. We do need defense here. No Spheric, huh? And all these are pretty much useless, unless I, like, manage to get something with Orb Walk. Or Walker Claw, I mean. Incinerate doesn't even give us roll attack. I'm gonna take this and then draw a card. Okay, so we have 14 block in our hand. 18. So we take 9. Okay, I think this is worth maybe ripping open this Ooze Infused Drink. Although we are short 1 card if we do it. Whatever. Okay, we got the winning combo. That was one of the things I was thinking of, the Strength Gem. I didn't anticipate the Ruby Gem though. Walker Claw plus Ruby. Our free trial has expired, and now we are being offered the real thing. Could put the Ruby in Vent Steam like I often do, but we don't really have that great of a combo available to make use of that. If you put Rubies in Vent Steam, you need to be able to draw actual attacks with it, and we can't. Walker Claw, we have no strength scaling. I feel like Resilient played with our temporary Thorns would be especially powerful, and also it's Brace, right? So I'm going to take this. We're going to make use of it, hopefully. Alright, let's play attacks like normal. $40 block on turn 1. And neither of them were attacking. And now they're all attacking. What else is new in this world? We're short by 1 Brace. It's one of those times where I wish this would upgrade to Brace 4, but it doesn't. It just upgrades the block and the temporary Thorns. Well, Nothing you can do about that, huh? I'll play the weak potion. That blocks most of it. Ooh, if we take 2 more damage, we get meat on the bone. We can definitely manipulate that. In theory, anyway. Okay. Attack me, please. Please? Alright, let's get our 2 strength. We're not killing yet, we won't meat on the bone. It will get us closer to defensive, just in case. If I go into defensive now, it's not going to do anything good for me. I forget what this AI is like. I'm going to let it heal up just in case it forces it to. Yeah, like it's buffing its strength again. I'm going to do another planning here, I guess. Look at how small our deck is now. We have this card, these 6, and these 6. And we have exploit gems and overload to draw even more. So, yeah, our extra stasis slots are doing a lot. Could you attack me, please? I'm like... $26. Okay, we want to take 2. 2 exactly. We have 2 already, so we need to take 22 here. We could do that if we have wards. Speaking of which, this does 27, 26 is 53. Okay, so no vulnerable. Oh. Okay, that's a thing. Okay, we've blocked. We did it. Now I can do some more damage. And she dies. Ta-da! Okay. Not feeling any of these. Priming shot loss is there, but maybe it's worth it. 11 damage for 1 energy is pretty good. And more braces are in. Does kind of feel like a desperation move whenever it comes to damage, though. I still think we can do better. We're not in Act 3 yet. We have shops. We have the possibility of potions. And we have, you know, rare cards and uncommon cards. Literally anything except commons would be great. Okay, we can go into defensive here, which is good. Because this guy attacks for a lot turn 1. So even with all that block, I still took damage. Recover, huh? Okay. I'll recover exploit gems, since our other planning is coming up soon. I'll get some more brace and attack. Yeah, just when you thought this mod couldn't get any stranger, there's mushrooms. It's interesting theming because of the, what do you call it? The strange mushrooms event in Act 1. I think he even has a parasite in his rotation. He's got like this whole healing mechanic. He's got 3 strength. We'll get more later from Red Skull and from an Inflame, I think. Let's draw some cards here. Okay, so we've got a few things we can do here. Okay, so what we can do here is we can pick Orb Walker, draw with Overload so that these cards don't get shuffled into the draw pile, and then we can use Recover to put Orb Walk into Stasis. Hopefully. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to kill this thing, or it attacks me. I'm also going to do some damage to this, I think. Six of an 8. Okay. Do this first, I think. No, if we draw the full 4, that gives us a higher chance of getting Recover in the same hand, which would be really bad. So I'm going to do this first, then this. We're going to make sure that we get... Oh, wait, we draw 4 anyway. Okay. I miscalculated, that's fine. No big deal. Recover in 2 turns, huh? That's not the best outcome either. Maybe I shouldn't have played that. Oh well. Figure it out. Looks like we're also going to be removing a card at the end of our turn if there's one in our hand. Okay, maybe we can get lucky with planning and it'll put Orb Walk into Stasis. Could not be so lucky. I'm going to put planning back so we can get more of it next turn. Okay, Ironclad is very low, very close to getting Red Skull value. Yeah, we need to just not die here, which is a little bit difficult when you have this much incoming damage. $36. Alright, we're going to be taking a chunk of HP here. Oh, but Stasis to the rescue. Sorry, defensive mode to the rescue? Alright, finally. Cover's putting Orb Walk in. Get this. We just gave him more strength, but that's okay. Alright, I want Twin Slam, please. Thank you. Okay, this is not quite enough, but it should be close. I'm realizing that I could have used Ancient Potion to get 7 Thorns out of this. Probably should have before it became a problem. Alright, we're going to defensive again. And the next turn should be another big... Oh no, that'll be the turn after, I guess. Walker Claw's still out there. Twin Slam is here? Okay. Let's accelerate. Get this Orb Walk in play. Play our Overload. Play our Walker Claw. and hopefully have enough damage next turn to kill. I imagine we will. We do. Okay. That got a little bit scary. Ironclad 2 is a little bit of a pushover at the beginning of the fight, but if you take too long, he'll definitely scale past you. This feels like an obvious spheric shield here. Still don't want Bubble Burst. Speed Boost is interesting, but like we have so much stasis that we just want to fill it. We don't want to accelerate. This will eat our Idol of Retribution, but I think that's fine. It's still just strong enough to take here. Oh my. So we could take Snecko and completely invalidate our Idol of Retribution. Or we could take one of these two. Really not feeling the Sozu. We already have enough energy. Tiny Bowler Hat's just good. Yeah, I feel like if anything can give us the extra oomph to win this, it's definitely Tiny Bowler Hat. Snecko is generally a very, very good relic. It just does not feel like the right card here. Or the right relic here, I mean. We got 3 0 costs. We got Compile Package as well. You got to play this, and then the cards that come out are still the same cost. They're not randomized either. Also, Idol of Retribution would be discounting 3 costs instead. I think a lot of our consistency would go out the window. Also, with Stasis, it uses the Snecko randomized cost, which means that a lot of these cards will take a lot longer to come out of Stasis. So I think there's enough downsides to this that we don't take it. Also, we have Resilient Plate, which would remove the Snecko confusion entirely, which could be good if we get it early on, but it could also just leave us with a bunch of expensive cards, and that would not be good. So I think it's Tiny Bowler Hat. I think that relic will actually secure us a win pretty comfortably. Oh, we did get Hermit. Okay. See, this is... I guess this could be construed as a reason to take Repulsor early. You don't know what bosses you're going to get. If you get Hermit super early, that Repulsor is going to be very, very nice to have. I would like to kill this Merchant. There's an amazing path on the right with 3 elites and 2 merchants there. Oh, and there's no campfires on the path, which means that recalling was actually good. Because now I can break the key there without guilt. That's amazing. I definitely feel confident enough with what we got going on to just not need a campfire. I guess if things get really hairy for some reason, we have this to bail out and go around. Even to go to the other shop and go around. So yeah, I'm definitely taking this path. Break the Ruby. And upgrade something. Could be Spheric Shield. If it gets discounted and I'm going to want to play it earlier, I'm going to want more Brace so we can go back to defensive earlier. That just feels like an important part of the Idol of Retribution hitting it. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And yeah, I did choose to do this. Goodbye, Strike. I hear so many stories about falling just screwing people over. I tend to get super lucky with it, somehow. I remove a strike, and then Tiny? Blank card immediately plays a strike. Okay, we don't get Twin Slam this turn, I guess. Play Planning. Okay, that's in Stasis now. What could we get from this? We don't have enough energy for Giga Beam. It'd only be 44 damage anyway. Maybe if I had an extra energy to play the Atama Beam, but no. I don't think any of those really made a difference, to be honest, because I have 2 energy. I was kind of hoping it would hit this, but that's okay. We take 4 here. It's fine. Okay, we have this now. That is a lot of incoming damage. This guy is already buffed, so if he attacks again, it could be a multi. Doesn't even matter because of the pool. I'll just play that just to get more brace. Okay, with full block, that's good. 12 by 2. That's why you do it. Oh, this got discounted, that's funny. We might be able to make Chrono Boost work here. And 11 is 23. That extra strength didn't matter, but I did it anyway. Alright, hopefully we get to kill this turn. 37 HP. Not a ton. Yeah. Okay. Guardian Whirl. Now that's interesting. This would be one of the times to take it, that's for sure. The extra safety against Reptimancer is pretty good. We have plenty of block to make the condition work. Yeah, I'm gonna take this. It's a little bit weird because the condition is super stringent, but I think we'll be fine. Oh my, Spheric Shield. Okay. What we can do is play this one also, so that we stay in defensive for 2 turns. And then that forces our Thorns to stay when he attacks. Also, there's no way that Milestone can screw us over. Lol. Oh my, okay. I'll put Exploit Gems back, why not? Alright, 15 damage incoming. We have enough for Guardian Whirl. Definitely playing Prepare Crush. I mean, it costs 0, so why not, right? Compile Package is good for next turn, so I don't want to play Planning. Just want to play the second Slam, just play all the Crystal Wards. Alright, let's get some good stuff here. We have Orb Walk for damage, I guess? Yep. Might as well just play this now. Alright, we'll do Orb Walk, Walker Claw, and Slime Crush. Okay. Next time we see this guy, he's dead. I'm not taking another one of these, I don't think. Maybe I could. Just to make sure I have it earlier. But it hasn't been a huge issue so far. There's Body Slam. Body Slam, huh? Do I still just remove a card? I might still just remove a card. Body Slam's cool and all, but like, turn consistency is important against Reptimancer as well as Nemesis. And I have a Tiny Bowler Hat for damage. Like, this is just a very strong card on Guardian, but I don't think we can ignore the upcoming fights where it could make us worse in. Also, still being able to remove a card after getting robbed like that, very good. Second time Recover's been played and there's been nothing in this card. Damage? Damage. Yeah, now we want to use a Resilient Plate to remove the debuff. There was a while that I just didn't know that that was the reason those two were put together in the same package. So that was cool to find out. These are the same amount of damage. It's crazy. Okay, you die now. Explosive Potion. Might be better than Ancient. Might be better than Distilled, actually. Distilled Chaos doesn't have a lot of good hits, does it? Maybe it does. Like in a defensive deck, it generally doesn't, because you can already handle what's coming with the hands that you have. But Explosive Potion would be good against Reptimancer specifically. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna keep this. Maybe. Do I need to? Maybe I don't. I think this has some good uses in the late game that I'm gonna just keep it. Don't want Floating Orbs. I don't think I want any of these. Another Piercing Hide might be nice for extra thorns. We also have taken a lot of cards that just don't block. If I got another Tourmaline for it, that'd be pretty good too. I think we'll be okay, though. Nemesis. Oh boy, Atomic Beam already. Oh, Time Capacitor's there. Hello. Okay, please hit planning. Thank you. That's really good to hit now. Should I have played that vulnerable? Maybe I shouldn't have. Yeah, that might have been a mistake. Yeah, we drew Spirit Shield. Can't afford anything here either. I took this because Repulsor, but I guess we'll draw back around to it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. That was a mistake, that's fine. We still have Meat on the Bone, so we essentially have a lot more HP than it looks like. I should probably stay in defensive for a couple more turns. That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna do that. This is kind of a bad turn for that to come out. Get another Repulsor in play. Time Bomb I don't think hits correctly. I'll play Resilient Plate and Curl Up. Okay, it didn't hit any of the ones I wanted to. That would have been Guardian Rollover or the discounted Atomic Beam. So I could play it this turn. Maybe I'll still get it. Yeah, I still got it. Okay. Getting close to a kill. And now we got all these. For free. Okay. Tricky's Bolster Rod. And there's the Time Sifter I wanted earlier. Is it worth it now? No. No, it is not. Sapphire? It might just be time to take a Sapphire. It's getting pretty late in the game. I still have a bunch of empty gem slots. Got one for the other planning, which I'm not going to use for Sapphire. I got Vent Steam, I got Exploit Gems. This probably should just go into Exploit Gems at this point. That's cool. Ooh. Okay, that's a cool one to hit. I'll take an Orb Walker, I think. Yeah. I'll take another Orb Walker. That's a lot of damage for having 2 strength. Alright, recover, please. Let's not recover. This is only turn 2, so this doesn't actually do anything. Just play defense, because why not? Okay. Boardwalk number 1. Of course you hit the one thing that I wanted to keep. Oh well. The rest of these are still good. He says it is time, but is it actually? Now it is. That was a surprising amount of damage right there, I have to admit. Still got one more elite fight. Flex Potion works with Ancient Potion. We do have the ability to do some damage with attacks now. We have a Guardian Whirl, and we have Compile Package with some stuff. Twin Slam does things. Is it enough, though? I think I have other things I want to use this for. Like the one Thorns card. Amethyst, there we go. There's an okay card to use. Could put that in Vent's team. Would have liked to put that in Twin Slam, but you know. I think at this point we're perfectly fine. We can definitely make it through Hermit with all the extra, with all the floating gems. We do get a campfire at right before Niao, so every gem that we take we're going to be able to... Really, game? Yeah, that's the danger of blank card. Sometimes you just get that happening to you. We should still be able to go into defensive, though, or maybe? Maybe not with that. I do want to be able to kill the other one. So that seemed like a good idea to do. Take 7 here, go into defensive again. Maybe I should try to aim for meat on the bone again if possible. By the way, last time it got pointed out to me that I didn't play Last Stand after playing both of my ancient powers. So you can bet that I'll be looking out for temporary buffs now, such as this. Oh, there goes my Tama Beam. This is 30. This is 39. That's 35. Okay. Well, I'm still alive, that's what that means, but... Okay, we have Twin Slam coming out next turn. I know where this Vent's team is going. I'm going to do this so I can play Roll Attack in defensive mode. I have 9 Thorns here? Okay. This is 22 right now, 27, 32, or 37 in a few turns. I think we'll be able to kill no matter what happens here. 22, and then either like 32 maybe? That's 54. Yeah, we have more than enough. Alright. I'm gonna just get rid of these block cards. Not gonna play that yet. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it like this. And I think we're gonna pass the turn or something. Hexaburn is just useless here. Okay, next turn we want to be able to guarantee a kill somehow, or whatever. Okay, that's fine. We want to be able to take 8 damage. So we need to block for 29. We have 3 covered with plated armor, so 26. Okay, so we have 26 block is what we need. We have 7 here, 14 here. Doesn't look like we have a way to enter defensive. 7, 14, 16. So we need 26. Alright, I'm going to play some of these. 11, 26. So that's 16. So we need exactly 10 somehow. Can we get exactly 10? I guess we could get Piercing Hide and get 9. Alright, I'm going to play this Defend. Let's see what Compile Package gives us. Ancient Power Plus? Okay. It's another 4. It's also Resilient Plate. Actually, Resilient Plate gives us exactly enough. Because 8 and 8 is 16, which gives us 10. And then with this other Defend, this should be exact. This is 27, that's 35, that's 8 damage. Ta-da! We're not taking this. Another Overload Plus. An Emerald. We don't need the Emerald. Another Overload Plus is really good, though. I'll take it. Like, with this much energy, you just take that. Oh gosh, even more thinking. We have 13 incoming. Yeah, we're fine. If I don't have to think about this, I'm not going to. Okay, maybe we get the kill next turn. It's a little bit, okay, never mind. I was gonna say it's a little bit of a stretch, but apparently it wasn't. Still no to these. I already have enough gems to fill up a couple of things, so I don't really want to take another Sapphire if I can avoid it. How close are we to the end? Yeah. I could get, like, Bag of Gems or something, which would give me a lot better results than this. Resilient Plate is back. Alright, just give me all the damage you can, please. Just get rid of the Study of the Spire, too. Who cares? Goodbye. 485. No thanks. Let's buy some stuff. Ooh, Bottled Tornado. Bottled Anomaly. I could buy both of these. I don't need Preserved Insect at this point. I'm not liking the card options, so it looks like it's going to be these two. I think these are definitely worth the card remove, so buying both of these should not be an issue. Bottled Anomaly means that it removes a card at the start of each combat, and then at the start of turn 3 it costs 0 and is added to your hand. It costs 0 for the rest of combat. So I could use it on something that I want to be permanently discounted. I could use it just for timing purposes, like something I don't want to have early on. I think I'm definitely using Bottled Tornado on Repulsor like I was before, especially in the Act 4 fights. It's super strong and super important to have that. I could put this on Roll Attack. It's kind of a low impact card. Making it 0 cost would mean that it doesn't get hit by Idol of Retromation anymore, and also that I can use it for Brace whenever I absolutely need to. I can also do Spheric Shield, just because I don't want to play it early in longer fights. Our deck is small enough that it doesn't actually save me time to put it into that. In decks with like maybe 30 or 40 cards, like 30 to 35 cards, realistically, I would bottle something that I want to get early. Like if I didn't get the Bottle Tornado, I might put Repulsor into Bottled Anomaly just to guarantee I get it before I draw on half my deck. Although I also have like a ton of draw anyway, so this is so that wouldn't even be the case here. Bottling Compile package is not great either. I think getting that super early is really good. Roll Attack is feeling like the best one. Yeah, I can draw through it and just use it now. I can also make Overload cost 0. That would be interesting. I could put Recover in the bottle. That's very interesting. That means that I can't draw it early enough for it to have bad hits. And you know, it costing 0 would be great for Stasis as well. I do feel like getting rid of Roll Attack is better though. So we're going to do that. Okay, we did get Reptomancer. Oh, but I got 7 Thorns. Let's go. Okay, I've drawn all my gems. But thankfully I have a Gambling Chip. Don't need a Resilient Plate here. I don't need Repulsor either. Yeah, any fight that I don't need Repulsor, I can just eat it. And that's with a Y, not EAT. This does enough damage by itself, so I can just start hitting Repto. Then I want to recover something for... Yeah, we'll just recover this again, because by the time it comes out of stasis, the daggers will be attacking for a large amount again. Hopefully Reptomancer doesn't attack here. But she did anyway. But we got a Tama Beam. And Spirit Shield. We full block already, by the way, because of plated armor. So I'm just going to use Curl Up. Alright, get some strength. Put Vent Steam on her. Play this, I guess. Go back into defensive. Do even more damage. Get any attack card? Any attack card. Easy fight. Not something you hear very often about Repto. Vexing Draft is back again and I still don't want it. Onyx is here. Onyx is very interesting. But I still don't have a use for it, which is really sad. Yeah, that's kind of sad, actually. I don't have a lot of temp buffs. I have Piercing Hide, but I've already put a Tourmaline into that. And I plan on using maybe Ancient Potion to keep those thorns permanently for the Niao fight. So yeah, I think we skipped the Onyx, and I'm not really feeling either of these other 2 cards either. By the way, if you're thinking about our scaling for the late game, the Thorns was a possibility, the Tiny Bowler Hat was a thing, the Compile Package was a thing as well. Even if those all brick, we still have the power of Stasis. 6 Stasis slots, all giving us cards that cost 0, is incredibly strong, even if you don't have a damage engine that's that good. So yeah, don't sleep on that. I am going to do this, I think. Keep the defense, though. Yeah, we just win this turn. It's all good. Goodbye. Okay, now we can take Speed Potion over Explosive. Now we have this option as well. Permanent 5 Dexterity. Temporal Shield Plus, we still don't need any more card draw, we have plenty. Don't want any of those attacks either. Oh, this fight's annoying. It's very annoying. Might as well just get rid of that and and then play the rest of the hand. Piercing Hide and Resilient Plate. We'll play Compile Package. Yeah, sure. Alright, curl up, hit Time Bomb? Yeah! Look at that luck. Okay, so now you're doing a thing I don't want you to do. Okay, so I could risk everything on this Guardian roll. Really don't want to, though. I'm just gonna play a Tama Beam. Okay, 19 damage, that's not bad. We go into defensive and block it completely. Give me Exploit Gems. Oh, I could play this now. But no thanks. I'm not getting a curse. Not a chance. Okay. We already played our Piercing Hide, but we can draw back to it, I guess. There it is. Remove all debuffs. Cursing us again. Oh, and this time I can't stop it? That's amazing. I guess that's the problem with defensive decks, huh? Well, at least now we know we can't do that, so I guess we're free to play multi-attacks such as that one. I would want to play it last because it has Malleable. And it's going to stack all that block all at once. Give me roll attack. Goodbye. Boss Potion, not necessary. None of these are necessary either. That curse is annoying, but hey, sometimes things happen. Also, it looks like blank card happens after Gambling Chip. Even though we saw the Exploit Gems, we didn't draw an extra card. We got our 7 from Bag of Prep, and this is from our Boss Relic. I keep going all the way back here because of that last episode. I don't want Sapphire, don't want Amethyst. I honestly don't even want any of these block cards. Maybe I want defensive? Now we got plenty. Do we? We don't. Yeah, we'll keep these, why not? Okay, so we have a bit of defense now. Which means that I can play Guardian roll. All I want. He attacks for 30 next turn. I'd like Amethyst, I guess. That's like the best thing out of the 4 options. Okay. Reduce all my debuffs by 2. That's cool. I'm gonna stay out of defensive for now. I don't need it. Next turn he's not attacking. That small attack is technically a multi-attack, and he never does the multi-attack. He never attacks right after the multi-attack. Sure. Give me some of that long-term damage scaling. Requires 20 or more block? Okay. Give me roll attack again. Where did I get that 3rd strength from? Oh, I got it from Chrono Boost. Okay. Let's get some more. This vent steam has been out of play since the beginning of the game. Game? Fight. here comes the damage. One more attack. Okay. Still managing to cruise through this at a somewhat reasonable speed. Ah, I was wondering when that might happen. I think we just keep all this. And we play all of it. And by all of it, I mean the ones that we can afford. I'll save that for later. I really want to play Guardian World this turn. And I'm going to. I guess if I got Spirit Guardian, I could play Floating Orbs, but that doesn't matter right now. I'll save it for later in case I need it for an emergency. Okay, Piercing Hide, Last Stand. We're doing Overload too, because that. I would have liked to draw that instead of putting into Stasis. Also, I've noticed that even the times that it bricks, I still have plenty going on for me that I can avoid it. So it's perfectly fine what's happening. Can I go into defensive here? I don't think so. I need to play Curl Up and another Brace card, and I don't have another one. I'm currently being attacked for more than I have. Block. This is 27. If I play either of these, it goes to 31 coming in. So yeah, I just let the energy float. These cards, Impending Dome, whenever it's in the center of your hand, it deals 13 damage to everyone. That includes yourself. So sometimes it can be useful, especially on Guardian, who has a lot of defensive capabilities, to use it for damage sometimes. I'm going to just go into defensive. Let's get Impending Doom to do something. Boom. Get out of our hand, especially so that Repulsor can do something with it. Remove all your block. Give me Thorns. Amethyst it up. Please hit Crystal Ward. Okay. Thorns damage, though. This episode's gonna run a little bit long. You probably already know that. But, I'm at the 2 hour and 15 minute mark on my recording, and, we haven't gone into Act 4 yet. So, that's a thing. I'm betting we're gonna get closer to 3 hours. It worries me a little bit when I go this long, because, I know a lot of people aren't going to have the kind of time commitment to watch these videos already, so if possible, I'd like to keep them shorter. But sometimes, I think at my current skill level, I can't go that fast. I am trying to keep things moving, somewhat, but it's just not quite there yet. I'll play both of these. I'm gonna get back planning. No, I'm gonna get back exploit gems. Maybe actually the planning was better. I didn't actually check to see if I had enough block for that. I'm glad I did. That is a lot of damage. 39, really? How? 8? That's a 12, so it's like 27? Oh, it does 18 base, wow. That is a lot of damage. I don't think I've ever seen that. This boss usually goes down pretty quick. It's getting a rework, by the way. It's gonna be very much the same theme, but very powered up. Get rid of Parasite here. I do kind of need most of these cards, but I don't really have a good way to play Atomic Beam. He has a buffer stack, so we're going to get rid of that too. Okay. Let's put Planning plus, or Planning plus Quartz, I guess was what I was thinking there. Back into Stasis. We got another Atomic Beam. Right. Let's get some block. Not enough? Okay. I guess that's just how it's going to be. Okay. Is this even upgraded? No, it's not. Okay, that's why it's 6. Makes sense. Still got 2 energy left. Cool. And that's a full block. Alright, Spirit Shield, now's your time. We're getting attacked for quite a bit soon, so... Put that into Stasis for next turn. That way we can go into defensive next turn again. I'm gonna just play this, I think. Yeah. It's a lot of damage. Now's the part of the fight where the merchants start speeding up the bombs. I feel like this fight needs more HP. I feel like you don't get to see very much of the strength during this. Although, Hand of Greed hitting for 40 isn't pleasant. Yeah, I'm taking 20 here. 15? Okay. Well, I get meat on the bone, so it's okay. I only took 3. And then I'm going to heal up after the act ends anyway, so it doesn't matter. Merchant, it's useless. All of your effort gone to waste. Goodbye. Alright, let's get through this. 1889. I wonder if we're going to have enough for a card remove after this. I think it's 150, so probably not, but it could be 125. I don't 100% remember. Alright, let's get a good opening hand here. Okay, 2 of them are not attacking. That's pretty darn good. We can full block with Twin Slam, which means we can get rid of Defend. I think we can get rid of Overload simply because we're going to be playing a lot of these cards from the get-go. Yeah. Just put that back into Stasis. Okay, Twin Slam will give us enough block for Guardian roll. I guess the question is, who do we want to kill first? The answer is usually Ironclad. He gives strength to everyone, including you. Silent gives thorns to everyone, including you. I don't think we're relying too much on thorns for damage in this fight. So we want to kill Ironclad first, then Silent, and then Hermit. Because Hermit gives Rugged, which is like a buffer, but you lose like 2 HP per hit. But it also makes everyone vulnerable. Maybe it's fine to go for Hermit second, actually. Maybe it is fine. It means that Silent would have a harder time defending. But we already have Vent Steam, so I think we'll be fine to just go for Hermit last. No, you know what, I think... Yeah, I think we are going to go for Silent last. I don't want to have to deal with the Thorns, after all. Okay, so this means no time capacitor this turn, that's fine. Look at that damage. Neil's going to heal up some of it, but that's a lot. I'm going to save Bronze Package for later. Yeah. That Giga Beam is really good. Hermit got the heal, okay. Going to defensive, which should be just enough. Meow's going to debuff me. My power bar is encroaching on Hermit's. That's moving further. Like, it's behind his health bar. Okay, if I could go into defensive for roll attack, that'd be great. Okay, this is fine too. I have a Guardian roll now. I don't have enough... Oh, I do have enough brace, actually. Yeah, it's 16 to use Guardian roll. I only played 2 of them. That sucks. Don't have the energy. I guess I use roll attack on Hermit because he has less HP. Then I use this. Then I do this. Okay. Now if I draw Giga Beam next turn, I win. And I don't have to deal with any of their buffs. Thank you for the alert there, package. Okay, bad relic and downfall. You lose HP for playing the curses that are already playable, so we don't want that. Second repulsor, definitely won. So strong against Niao with Hermit buffs. Goodbye last stand here. But most importantly, we have the card remove. Yeah, we don't want anything else here. We can't afford a relic. Those are some pretty good relics, though. Toolbox especially, I think I would take. But that's fine. We now go to a campfire. We're not going to put all our gems into things. I'm going to put them in Vent Steam since it's the most vulnerable card. The other 2 can at least do something. Okay. Now we upgrade. What even is there left? Resilient Plate? I don't think so. Again, I don't have very many debuffs to reduce. I have a plan for what I'm going to use already. Actually, I could... Oops. Actually, that doesn't seem like a bad idea, does it? The rest of these upgrades don't seem great. Being able to choose which card goes into stasis is a good idea. Alright, let's do this. And you know, while we're at it... Ooh, Spirit Shield being played first? I don't know about that. That's, it's not really what you want to see. Because now my brace is going to be a lot harder to keep. Alright, Orb Walk. You go into stasis. I play that. Guardian roll. By the way, Niao heals for every card you play, so make sure that you're playing your damage cards last if you can afford to. Okay. I guess we go back into defensive? Without playing Spheric Shield? That makes sense to me. Can we get more strength by the time this goes off? Right, here we go. There's Last Stand. I've already seen Piercing Hide? Yeah. I could recover it, but I don't have a way to get it out of stasis. So it looks like I'm just going to be... I could actually hang on to Last Stand. It's not terrible to do. Alright, let's make some magic. Okay, what do we want in stasis for 2 turns from now? I have 25 brace. I could do roll attack to get it next turn. Just immediately. Does a lot of damage. Gets me more brace. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, Last Stand. Aged going into stasis was not the greatest thing, because now I can't be exhausted by Repulsor, which means I'm going to get the Void next turn. Even so, it's probably fine. Last Stand, yours back. I keep all of my Thorns. I got 10 Brace left. Let's do Piercing Hide, because when that comes out in 2 turns, it'll be the multi-attack. Nice. Almost the damage cap. Okay. Got any good cards in here? Nope. No good cards allowed. We got Thorns to deal with. I'm going to put Spheric Shield into stasis so that I can't redraw it. Ow. Just poke myself in the eye. This is a lot of block, so I think I can do this and then Walker Claw. Yeah, and I'm perfectly fine. Got Piercing Hide back. We don't have that coming up. Alright, give me, Vent Steam, please. No? What if I ask you again, politely? Thank you. I draw 2 less cards next turn, but that's okay. We're halfway. It's a little bit worrying with Ironclad, huh? But that's fine. We'll be just fine. More strength. More curses. Alright, now I go into defensive. Because I want to play Walker Claw. There's 4 Thorns on Meow. $57. Getting close to the end here. 26 times 3. Youch. Okay. $24 times 3, that's 72. We have most of that? Okay, this does not cap out, so I think I'm going to do it. We're just going to take some damage here. It's going to be fine. It's going to be a lot of damage, but it'll be perfectly fine. We'll have enough to kill next turn. We'll get meat on the bone to proc. Like, what more could you ask for? Thank you, roll attack. Perfectly set up for next fight, too. Alright, that went a little bit smoother than I thought it would. Only 15-minute Act 4, I think. Definitely expecting that to take a lot longer. Actually, maybe it was only 10 minutes. But yeah. That's the game. So now we go back. End of game recap. Alright, what do we have to talk about here? Early Idol of Retromation didn't actually have that huge of an effect. Like, obviously, it did what it was supposed to. We found... What cards did we find? We bought a roll attack, which was perfectly fine with it. I talked a little bit about how a 2-cost common attack can maybe be a bit of a hindrance with Idol, because you wanted to discount better cards. But we were careful about our card takes, so it didn't actually matter. I think that might actually be something to keep in mind for the future. Roll attack is not a bad card with this, and it doesn't become a bad card later. Went to Vent Steam, we got the early Vent Steam, that was good. Got Piercing Hide. Then we went into an Elite with just a couple potions. We got Metallicized Gremlin Knob, and we were able to beat him. Took a bit of damage, about what you would expect from a very unprepared Ironclad taking on Gremlin Knob. 31 damage is like the first 2 hits. We blocked a lot for a couple turns before killing, but the Forge Pot that we bought was important. We rested there because we had Regal Pillow. I think this was the only time we rested the entire game, but Regal Pillow did actually do something important. We got Planning. We chose that over a second roll attack, which would have been okay with Idol, I think. But this did pay off. We did lean into Stasis, like I said, we could open ourselves up to. We even did enough Stasis to get the time capacitor later and the second Planning. So that was definitely a good play, I think. Got the Recover somewhere along the way. Yeah, we got it from the Elite for Silent 1. Got Frozen Egg, which was a little bit helpful. We got upgraded Repulsors, which was nice. Not having to spend too much energy on them is always great. Skipped a couple. Got an Aquamarine. And this was our compile package. From building up our rare chance the entire act, we've finally got one. I kind of highlighted why that was important to take a fight instead of a question mark there, to get that rare chance up, to make sure that we got that rare before the end of the act. It wasn't guaranteed, but playing to the odds worked out. And it did a lot. I still don't really know how to explain exactly everything it does, but, you know, getting a bunch of options of combinations you can do is good. I remember Orb Walk was especially helpful. We got the Automaton package a couple times with the Giga Beam. Sometimes all you need is a couple, like one powerful card that you're looking for, and you hit it, and then you win the fight. Spheric Shield from the Spheric Guardian package was also great. I remember the Sentries, I think, came in at least once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times even. I'm sure if you watched the video, you'd remember. It's a lot harder to remember things whenever you're the one constantly trying to figure out how to fight each thing in the moment. We took the Guardian roll eventually for AoE. We had plenty of block going into each fight that I thought that we could do it consistently, and I was right. I think there were very, very few turns that we couldn't play it. We took the Overload Pluses, which were all upgraded. I think both of them showed up before the Toxic Egg, but I could be wrong. I think one of them absolutely did. Those cards, I don't mind taking the one. I don't mind taking the one less draw next turn with our deck. We had plenty of defense, plenty of card draw. Well, I guess not necessarily card draw without the overloads. We had a lot of stasis, which made us a lot less vulnerable on those turns when the cards came out. And yeah, that's pretty much everything about this. I guess our worries about damage coming out of Act 2 were solved by Tiny Bowler Hat. The compile package also helped quite a bit. And of course the stasis, the stasis slots, giving us so much power over multiple turns. Sometimes all you need to do is just play a bunch of cards and you win. So yeah, that seems to be about it. I think if there was one thing that we could take away from this, it's that staying in defensive mode is kind of difficult when you blow a lot of those kinds of cards early on in the fight. Blank card hitting the spheric shield was a really bad result. It made it a lot harder to go into stasis. I keep confusing the two. It made it a lot harder to go into defensive mode on future turns because it ate up 30 of the brace and made our brace count higher, or brace requirement higher for the future defensive turns. But nonetheless, we pulled through. A lot of the time, this did not have a bad hit. Sometimes it can. I think I failed to mention this last time, but there were talks of reworking that card to just put a random copy of one of your cards into your hand on turn 1 and making it cost 0 or something. Or something like that. I can't confirm exactly what it's going to be since it hasn't really been confirmed by anyone on the dev team. But nonetheless, I'm looking forward to seeing that changed. Yeah. That's everything, I think. The Philostone, I guess, was a good choice, too. And I guess one more thing to talk about is Oddly Smooth Stone and how much that carried, but I think you saw firsthand. So that's going to be it for me, for real this time. Let me know your thoughts. I hope that you stick around for the rest of the series, and I hope that you've been enjoying it, despite the length of these videos. And I hope to see you again next time. Later.